Hey everyone, a few weeks ago I recorded a video about how in my law firm we saw multiple examples of people getting their green cards approved without an interview. Specifically, these were cases of people that were applying for an adjustment of status in the United States based on a marriage, and we saw multiple examples of people get their green card approved without an interview, and ultimately, the application was processed pretty quickly. Now, I've mentioned many times that this is not an official policy by USCIS. There's no policy stating that interviews are now waived for everybody. But again, I've seen it happen multiple times in my practice where people have gotten their green card approved without the need for an interview. And recently, I received a couple of emails from USCIS that make me think that this is more of a broad trend than I originally expected. So I'm going to share with you a screenshot of an email that I recently received from USCIS, and then I'm going to talk about it. So take a look and we'll go from there. So this is a screenshot of an email that I've received, and I've received similar emails multiple times. I want to go through at least parts of this email that I think are important, and then we'll talk about it. So it was delivered on March 17th, and it says here, "Thank you for submitting a Form I-485 application to register permanent residence or adjust status, which has been transferred to a USCIS field office for review and adjudication." Now it specifically says here, what to expect, ... Your Form I-485 will be reviewed promptly and may be adjudicated without an interview. If an interview is required, you will receive a separate notice with a date, time, and location of your interview appointment. Then it goes on to say, to expedite the processing of your Form I-485, please submit a valid and unexpired Form I-693 report of medical examination and vaccination record completed by an authorized civil surgeon. And then it goes on to say more stuff. So what I find to be so interesting by this email is, first of all, they're specifically mentioning that it's very possible that your interview could be waived. They're leaving that possibility open, and they're basically alerting you to the fact that your interview may be waived. Of course, it's not an official policy, but it makes it much more possible that it could be an occurrence that is happening more than just a few cases here and there. The fact that they're actually sending these emails that is saying what to expect, your immigration interview may be waived. These interview waivers seems like it's much more common than what I originally thought, which is very positive news. Now, the second thing that I find interesting about this email is that right after that, in the very next paragraph, it's talking about ways to get your case processed really fast. It specifically says to expedite the processing of your Form I-485, and then it goes on to say what you should do. And what I find to be so promising about that is that it shows specifically that USCIS is focused on getting these applications processed quickly. For one, the top of the email talks about waiving the interview requirement, which ultimately can help speed up your case. And then right after that, it's talking about additional ways to get your case processed faster. So to me, I find this very promising because to me, it makes it sound much more likely that more people can get their interviews waived, can also ultimately get their cases processed faster. Now, again, I want to mention that this is not an official policy by USCIS. This is just something that we've observed in our practice. And now we're getting emails from USCIS to suggest that these interview waivers are more common than what I originally thought. So hope you found this to be some really good news. Hope this helps to brighten up your day. If you have one of these marriage-based adjustment of status cases processed, as always, thank you so much for tuning into our videos, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.